It's still here. Hold up, making sure this is showing up. Hey, I see there's a couple people here. Go ahead and leave me a message in the comments and let me know. Let me know where you're watching from. Hey, Christine. All right, so tonight I am live on Facebook, LinkedIn, and YouTube. So I can see that I'm live in all three. So go ahead and leave me a comment and just say hey and let me know you're here. I'm gonna turn up the music a little bit. And again, I don't have a whole lot to choose from, y'all. But dance with me for a little bit. Oh, Joe and Christine watching from Duluth, Georgia. Hey. Mary Elizabeth is checking in from Wisconsin. Hey, y'all. I was at a interplay conference, a BIPOC interplay conference this weekend, and so my body is still moving because I've been dancing all weekend. And I know I said I didn't like this music, but now that I've used it, 3 times, it's kind of growing on me. Woo. Hey, Karen, how you doing? It's good to see you too. Glad you're here. We need to talk too. I got to text you, girl, because I got a question for you. All right. Move your body, y'all. Uh-oh. This little corporate music getting ready to break it down some. Okay. Let me find it so I can turn it off. Whew. All right, y'all. Yes. Interplay, body wisdom. Move and get in your body. All right. So I'm so glad that you guys showed up tonight. Thank you for being here. I'm going to give a brief history only because I've only gone live with this program on YouTube and LinkedIn once before. So I'm going to give a brief history for anybody on those 2 channels who might be watching. This group is called Meditations for Persistence. We are a Facebook group, and if you would love to join the group, we'd be happy to have you. It's just facebook.com/groups/meditations for persistence. And it's a group that I started back in 2016 after the election, and seeing somebody post on Facebook that they were ready to complete suicide because they were just so stressed and worried about the direction that the country was heading, and they just didn't know what to do with themselves. And I saw that and was like, oh, I had been looking for a way to do something more positive. I was tired of marching. I was tired of calling my congressman. I was tired of going to their offices because they weren't even taking our calls. They weren't even letting us get off the sidewalk. We couldn't even go in the building. And I had said I was looking for something, some way to help and uplift people. And then I saw this post and I was like, oh, I hope that's not my sign. I don't want that to be my sign. But the more I sat with it, the more I knew that was my sign. And so it was time for me to actually be seen on social media. And so I made a post and said, if I started a meditation group, for resistors, would anybody be interested? And then the next morning when I got up, more than 100 people had said yes. So I learned how to make a group, learned how to go live, and started doing live meditations on Sundays. And I did that for about 18 months, and then had to step away from the group because I was putting so much time into it, talking about social justice, human rights, politics, self-care, meditation, all of that stuff. And it was like taking up most of my time. It was my main focus. And so I had to step back, and I had some wonderful, amazing moderators who stepped up and have been running the group for the last, I don't know, 2 years. But nobody's been doing live meditations. And so now I'm coming back to the group so that I can start leading these meditations. And the whole point is to give us a place to talk about the things that are going on in the world. One, to give us a place to talk about it and get it out of our system. for us to move around a little bit and get it out of our body, and then to get grounded and meditate so that we can go into our week from a place of being grounded and solid and feeling connected instead of just going, ugh, I don't know how I'm starting the week. I'm going to start the week the way I ended my last week. We don't want to do that. So we want to be able to get grounded and in our bodies and sleep well and then set intentions for the week. And so that's the purpose of these live meditations. And if you're in the group, we also have discussions, throughout the week about big things that are going on. Speaking of which, we are going to talk a little bit about that January 6th committee hearing that happened on Thursday. And while I'm talking about that, I would love it if you guys would make some comments, leaving your peaches and pits. So peaches and pits are one good thing that happened to you or one good thing that made you happy during the week. And then a pit is, something that you were like, something that didn't make you so happy, something that you were struggling with during the week. So while you guys are writing your peaches and pits, I'm going to talk a little bit about the January 6th committee hearing that happened this past Thursday. I have been waiting for these hearings, y'all, and I'm disappointed that I'm not going to see the one tomorrow. I'm gonna have to watch that on the replay. I'm not going to see it live. But I will say they completely delivered. I saw they had, I think, 20 million viewers watching it live on cable and regular television. The 20 million doesn't even count the number of people who were the streaming the hearings. And I just think that they did an amazing job with the way they set it up. Benny Thompson, who is the Democrat from Mississippi, is the chairperson of the committee, and so he spoke and did the introduction and asked some questions of the witnesses who were there, and then Liz Cheney, who is also on the committee. She spoke, and I like that they put a black man and a white woman, and that they kept it to those two people on the committee instead of having the whole big panel up there. I liked it that they kept it to two people, and uh, that made it very clean. And then I think they only had two witnesses that night: the cop and then the British journalist. And what I noticed watching the hearing was that as they showed the video of things that happened that day, because they were showing video that hadn't been seen before, that I felt in my body the same way that I felt that day. And it didn't hit me right away, but when they paused to take the 10-minute break after like an hour, I noticed I wasn't breathing. And so then I had to, okay, let me breathe. And I had to breathe through my belly and then get up and walk around the house some so that I could get back in my body so I could pay attention to the last half. And the other thing that I noticed that I don't know why it bothers me, but it does bother me, and it shouldn't because I know this. But the other thing that I notice is that um, the GOP and the people on the right just keep saying, "What about? What about? What about?" And it's like, well, what about the Black Lives Matter protesters? We didn't give them this much attention. I don't know what media they were watching, thinking that the protesters didn't get that much attention, but they did. And if they were implying that people were violent, there have already been studies that show that 96 point something percent of the BLM protests in 2020 were nonviolent. It was like less than 4% that had violence. And we already know that a lot of that violence was staged by people on the far right and police officers. I mean, there's video of police officers stacking bricks. And so it just really it's disappointing and it's infuriating that people keep trying to distract and that there are millions of people out there that believe this, that think that what happened, that an insurrection, people trying to overthrow the government and people who are protesting because they don't want to be killed by the police are the same thing. It's not the same thing. That false equivalence just most of the time I can ignore it, but this one is just like, ugh. All right, so let me see. Okay, Christine says her peaches were photographing the flowers blooming in your yard. Yay! I love flower pictures. And who is this? I don't know who this is. But they said they canvassed at the Brooklyn Pride. Awesome. For some great women candidates. That was my peach. My pit was some awful stomach issues, but trying to get help and have made an appointment for acupuncture. I'm glad you're getting help with that. And acupuncture works. I've used that before. So I hope that's all you need and that everything works out well. All right, Christine's pit. What? I hadn't heard that people are predicting that. You know what? Um, I refuse to believe that. I refuse to give into it, and I think the media needs to shut up saying that the Republicans are gonna take the House. I think they need to stop making predictions. I think there are enough people out here who are angry and ready to do something that we can get out the vote. Even though I did see a breakdown about the primaries in California that 50 and up they turned out, um, and then everybody younger didn't really turn out. It was like single digits for like 18 to 25 or something like that, and then only like 11% for people in their 30s. And of course, they left out Gen X in the in the spread. They didn't even include us. But yeah, we've got to get out. We got to get out and organize and vote. We did it before and we can do it again. And um, if everybody who's talking about it, if everybody who's frustrated with it just brings one other person, just gets one other person registered and brings them with them to vote, then we've got it. We can do this. We can do this. And seeing as how they still have 6 more hearings to go, I don't think people are gonna just ignore that. If 20 million people showed up for the first one, I don't think it's just gonna drop off to nothing. At least I hope it doesn't. I'm planning to watch because I wanna know. Um, they've got s they I don't know, just so many things that they talked about. Having all the video of people like Bill Barr and Ivanka Trump and Jared Kushner and all of these, Trump employees, having all of them on video saying, "Yeah, we know he lost. We told him that he lost the election, and he still wanted to fight about it." Having all those people on video saying that, that has to mean something. It's gotta turn somebody's mind, change somebody's mind. I said turn. It's gotta change somebody's mind. All right, I'm in DC, and the energy on the streets between March for Our Lives and Pride. Oh, wow. I bet. I bet. I saw some of the turnout for the March for Our Lives, um, events around the country. Phew. Oh my goodness. I didn't know it was that many. I knew a few Democrats had resigned. I didn't know it was 19 that resigned because they couldn't win their election with gerrymandering and voter suppression. Okay. Yeah. Gutting the Voting Rights Act is like one of the worst things that the Supreme Court has done in recent history. That just, I don't know. We got to figure out how to fix it though. Mm. Yep, and you're absolutely right. We have been here before, and some people are complacent and some people are just tired of talking about it, tired of hearing about it, but that doesn't mean we need to stop. It does not mean that we need to stop. It means that we need to either let a fire under them or we need to go out and find some other people who don't normally participate and get them engaged. The one thing that I keep seeing the Democrats doing that I don't agree with is trying to get Trump supporters to change their mind. Leave them alone. There's a whole millions and millions of people who just don't vote. Go for them. You know, there's people who are apathetic but not actually against you. Go for them. Making voting sexy. I don't know if that'll work. If that'll work. And if it doesn't, just make it easy. I think we should have mail-in voting everywhere. I think that should just be standard. Make it easy. Send somebody something, they can fill it out, don't even have to put a stamp on it, stick it back in the mailbox. Make it easy, even if you don't make it sexy. Um, and if we had national mail-in voting, then we wouldn't have to worry so much about polling places closing down and them putting only one drop box somewhere, or that kind of the ways that they take away voting rights. Whew. All right, so I feel like that's enough. I feel like that's enough about that, because I'm just gonna keep going and it's gonna like work me up and get me irritated. And I think that we should go ahead and get in our bodies and do some meditation. Yes, I definitely think we should have a national day off for voting too. I don't know. I think it's a good idea to have people be able to take paid time off, but I don't know that that companies would go for it. But I think a national holiday is doable, and I think the national mail-in voting, I think that's doable too. All right. So I still have not figured out, other than the music that comes with StreamYard, I still haven't figured out how to share my music, so that y'all can hear it. Every time I've tried it, it hasn't worked. So we are not going to have a music background tonight. But I am inviting you to get into a comfortable position, whether that is sitting up or laying down. If you're sitting up, I want you to sit up straight. Gotta have room for your belly to expand. Oh, hey, Luika. Look, y'all. This is one of my new friends. Somebody that I met. I was telling y'all I went to the BIPOC Interplay Conference this weekend, and this is someone that I met there. I'm glad you showed up. So we just finished talking. We just finished talking politics, and now we are about to get in our bodies, and we're going to do a little bit of meditation. We're going to set some intentions for the coming week. So I'm inviting you to get in a comfortable position. If you want to lay down, that's great. If you want to sit still, just make sure you're sitting up straight. You got to have room for your belly to expand. Notice where your shoulders are, if they're up by your ears. Hey, great. You saw me live. Mm. If they're up by your ears, drop them down. Notice, like, if you've got tension in your jaw, if you've got it there, just wiggle it out. All right. I'm inviting you to close your eyes and just scan your body and notice where you're carrying any tension. Notice where you might have any discomfort or pain. And then just take a deep breath. Relax your tummy. Just let your belly hang all out. And just take a deep breath into those places that don't feel your best. And when you're ready, go ahead and exhale. One more time, let's keep looking for those places in our body where we've been holding all the stress from the week. Just notice where you're holding it, and then take a deep breath into those places. And exhale at your own pace. Awesome. And tonight, I just want you to continue to breathe through your belly. Just relax your body and just listen to the sound of my voice. With every inhale, I want you to take in all the light and the love that the universe has, and it's just waiting for you to accept. So just breathe that in. Take a deep breath, fill up your belly. And then when you're ready, you can just let that go. And now on this next breath, I want you to focus on your exhale. And whatever it is that you've been carrying around that you're ready to let go of, whatever anxiety you've got, whatever fear, sadness, whatever pain you're holding on to. I want you to take a deep breath, and we are going to do a noisy exhale because we are going to push that shit out. So I want you to do a big inhale and then push out whatever it is you don't want to hold on to. Just let it go. And one more time, we're going to do a big inhale and we are going to make noise as we let go of whatever it is we don't want to hold on to. So go ahead and do a big inhale and let it go. Just let it out. And you know what? With that exhale, we are making space for what the universe actually has for us. And so let's do one more big inhale and noisy exhale. Ah! Just let it go. Just let it go. Let it all out. Just push it out. Whew. All right, and now that we've made some space on these next few breaths as you inhale, again, I want you to focus on accepting what the universe has for you because you don't have to earn it. And I know this is a lesson that a lot of us deal with. I work on this too. You don't have to earn it. You don't have to earn love. You don't have to earn acceptance. You were born into it. This is your birthright. So on your inhale, I just want you to inhale all the love, inhale all the light, inhale everything that is already divinely given to you. And I want you to continue to breathe at your own pace. But with every inhale, picture yourself just being filled up from the bottom of your feet to the top of your head with goodness and love and kindness and self acceptance and self love. And as you fill yourself with light and you fill yourself with love, notice how you feel in your body right now compared to when you started. I know what my body feels like. I am tingling all over and I feel so big right now. And as you continue to inhale what the universe has for you, know that you can't even imagine everything that the universe is providing for you. So even if you think you are so full of love and so full of light, just know that what the universe has is so much bigger than that. We can't even conceive of what the universe has for us. All we have to do is be and believe. Continue to breathe that in. All you have to do is be, and then it helps if you believe. That's it. You were born to this. And as you continue to breathe and fill yourself with light and love, you're eventually going to get all the way full. And you know what? That doesn't stop it from coming. And that means you've got extra that you can share. So even when this is over, you can continue to relax your tummy and breathe through your belly and take in that love, take in that light, and continue to fill yourself. And then everything that you got that you can't hold, you just share that with the people around you. And if you don't have somebody physically with you, you can still share that to everybody that you're connected with. Okay, take another deep breath. And as you exhale, I want you to just settle into your body and just make sure that you really feel all of your body parts. Notice what you're sitting on. Notice if you're leaning back in your chair, how that feels. How does it feel in your body right now? You might want to flex your feet, flex your hands, just to make sure that you're feeling your body. Because I know when you start inhaling that love and light, sometimes you just feel so big and you just feel yourself all in your spirit. I want you to get in your body. Shake your legs out a little bit, rotate your shoulders, tilt your head from side to side. And now that you feel your body, I want you to think of one, maybe two things that you want to set as intentions for this coming week. And it doesn't have to be anything major. It can be something small. My intention for the week is to stay in my body and to stay in the present. I've got a lot to do this week, and it's going to be so much easier if I stay in my body and stay in the present. And so, if you're ready, you can open your eyes. And then, if you want to share your intentions in the comments, I'd be happy to know. Whew, y'all. And even as you open your eyes and you start thinking about your intentions, continue to breathe through your belly and just keep this sense of peace and expansion as you go into your evening and get ready for your week. Whew. I see that people are still on, so I'm just waiting for y'all to post some intentions. Okay. I see Christine, you're plugging back into Gwinnett County politics and see where you can be the most effective. Yes, thank you for that because that's part of what you're good at. That's one of the things that you are awesome at. So thank you. All right. I see there's a few other people online, but maybe they don't want to share. I don't know. I don't know. But anyway, thank you. Thank y'all for showing up tonight. Thank you for sharing the space with me. And as always, I'm sending y'all fierce love, and I will see you next week. Oh, I did forget to mention one thing. This Thursday, I'm offering a free webinar, Everybody versus Racism. So I did do a post on my profile page. I don't even know if I put it on my business page, but I did a post. It's called Everybody versus Racism. It's a free 1 hour webinar where we're going to talk about how white supremacy was intended to be invisible. That was the intention. And we're also going to talk about what we can do to make equity a habit. We're going to talk about where this invisibility came from and why so many people are married to it, like they cling to it like it's their life or something. And then we're going to talk about, ways that we can create equity in our everyday lives. So it's Thursday at 2 o'clock Eastern time, and I will post it in the group and on all the other channels as well. And I am sending you guys fierce love, and I will see you next time. And thank y'all for showing up. Oh, that's your intention, recommitting to writing your book. Awesome, Karen. Thank you. All right. I'll see y'all next week.